Michał, you once said that VCs don't reward good startups. Like, what the hell you mean by that?
I mean, good startups, good enough is not good enough in today's world. The benchmarks are getting insane. And what was considered attractive for VCs like 2 or 3 years ago, for example, getting to 1 million ARR within first year, it's not exciting anymore. So in today's world, you need to be an absolute outlier to be attractive for VCs. So only the great companies, or basically, it's a benchmarking game. If you're below other companies that I see, you're not an interesting company. And I think one of the most interesting changes is we call it like power law squared, that right now the companies that really hit product market fit, they grown insanely fast. So now the great company is growing like 10 times faster than a good company. Previously, it was like 50% faster. That's why good startups are not interesting for
Okay.
VCs.
It became like a real zero-sum game.
Yeah.
So can you give like a real example? Two founders, similar product, same market.
I actually have two startups. One was raising with me, the other is raising from other VCs, and one was struggling to fundraise for a long time. They both serve broad restaurant market, and one of them got to 1 million ARR within like 1.5 years. The other is at 500,000 within 4 months. So it's purely the velocity from launching the target product. And the other point, one was focused on the regional markets, so Poland, Czech Republic, and the neighboring countries, while the other, basically in month 2 or 3, they went to US and they started proving that. So they validated the product very quickly on the local market. They got like positive client feedback, and then they immediately went to US and started selling there.
That's interesting. Okay. So about the failure, have you ever passed on a founder and then you realize that it was a big mistake?
We have plenty such passes. And typically it was a case where we had exceptional founder and not everything was there. Like market didn't seem right, the product didn't seem right, and so on. And then I would say my biggest learning is the amazing founders will figure the missing stuff out, or if they're on the wrong market, they will get to a good one. I think the most probably drastic example is Filip Kozera, who, when we looked at him, he was building like OnlyFans for fortune tellers. And then he pivoted to what is now Sauna and previously was WordWare. So one of the most exciting horizontal AI solutions. I think it's in general the lesson to over-index founder when analyzing a company. And we're looking for crazy big ambition so that somebody really aims to build a big company. And by big company, I mean hundreds of millions of dollars in revenues or more than hundreds of millions in exit value. And the second is the proven ability to outperform others. Like if you want to build a generational company, it's like you want to win, yeah? And you want to win against a lot of people who will try to do the same. So ideally, we need to prove that this person historically was winning. Like it could have been winning a math Olympiad in high school. It could have been winning a sailing championship. It could have been building a world-class software at Palantir where it's like extremely high bar to get in, etc. But it's that somebody got to world-class level in something previously or basically outperformed others.
Makes sense. I want to touch a bit about the growth because you've seen Booksy from the insides with crazy growth, and now you're looking at some of the most successful companies. What is something that most early stage founder believe about growth that is completely wrong, especially with the AI era?
I think very often it's underestimated how complex the growth is, and that you will just hire somebody who will set up your paid campaigns and it will work. Like if you have a product that you're just going to hire a good professional to handle your ads, it means you're not going to outperform others. The companies that really break out, typically the founders are obsessed about the growth, or there is somebody that has engineering mindset that is put into growth. Because it's not basically just doing the right targeting in Meta or doing some smart influencer campaigns. It's really about building the GTM engine, and it's gonna be one of the key drivers for success.
Okay. So speaking about GTM engine, I think it's time to introduce GTM Tech Week that you support as Inovo soon.
Mm-hmm.
From your perspective, what is the most valuable things the founder is gonna learn from that series of events?
I think they're gonna learn firstly the mindset from some of the top people in the industry. So how to look at things differently. And just to give you one of the ideas is in targeting on Meta, it used to be a lot about media buying. Now it's mostly about doing creatives. So it's shifted within the last 1.5 years. But looking at the people who will be speakers and who will participate, like the combined knowledge is you're gonna get world-class tips on almost every meaningful channel there is, and you just need to be in the right room and ask the right questions, and you will figure out the information that you're missing to unlock your growth.
Okay. Thanks a lot and see you soon.
Thanks. See you soon.